Dear Dr. Zix, General Secretary of the DAAD, distinguished guests and representatives from German Federal Ministry of Higher Education, German Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, university presidents, Egyptian Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Egyptian Parliament and House of Senates, top VIP media delegation from Egypt, and my success, our success, the success partner, the builder of transnational education, who are sitting here with us, among us. In fact, I'm really very happy and proud to stand today with you for many reasons. First of all, I'm the DAAD here. It is really a home for me. Second, after long corona, I see finally humans and not any. This is, as Michael said, family. And really, it is a big family in this room and the institution behind and beyond. In fact, we are celebrating GUC 20 years anniversary as transnational education, German transnational education in Egypt, GUC Berlin 10 years, and 70 years German-Egyptian relation. But today is a very important day as we are celebrating the DAAD 20 years TNE program. This is really the most important. The DAAD 20 years TNE program was born with the GUC Foundation. Exactly. In fact, our first acceptance or approval or primary approval from the Egyptian state was 2001 in order to understand the iconography, because this is very important. The GUC, the first fully integrated independent German university that was established across the German borders. To this special event, GUC is presenting the DAAD, the Gate of Hope. And I am sure all of you are eager to understand what is the gate and the hope. And before we will present this as a group of the university founders who signed the application to the Ministry of Higher Education in Egypt in 2001, together with the rectors of the University of Ulm, who are present. We are missing Professor Wolf, and the rectors, the Amtierende und the present and the former, Professor Ressel and Professor Fritsch, together. I would like to come back, or to take you back 28 years ago. The GUC was just an idea, and for many, it was an illusion. Yes. In 2002, became a new concept with the presidential decree, and now 2022 GUC is a reality that we are all enjoying. The inauguration itself was a state act, as GUC was inaugurated in 2003 by the former German Chancellor and the late Egyptian President. The inauguration celebration was full of hope. The hope was in the mind and heart of all pioneers and entrepreneurs, either in Ulm, Stuttgart, Tübingen, Bonn, Berlin, or in Cairo. A huge team, not only in number, but also giant as a visionary and intellectual capacity. All worked hand in hand. I love a German word that I cannot translate, and please try to help me, die Selbstlosigkeit of all team. In fact, now it will come nearer. How can an idea or an illusion become a reality? I can tell you. Team spirit, trust, will, the patience, the endurance and continuity, and the continuous growth and expansion that led to sustainability. And most important, a solid foundation built on values that we strived, planned, and worked hand in hand. And before all this, the hope. The hope is always connected and associated with something valuable and precious. And sometimes hope is alternative word for trust. What was our hope? Our hope was a university that combines teaching and research according to Humboldt principle, a university that is accessible to all talents regardless of their social backgrounds, a university that can positively impact the lives of thousands of young talents in the fields, in all fields, a university that is politically and religious and ideologically neutral, a university that promotes culture, understanding, and peace, a university that boosts the industry and economies through innovations and ideas. This was our hope back then, which I saw in the University of Ulm and has been realized now in GUC through our community. We wanted to have a bridge and give hope for young scientists who are really well equipped culturally, scientifically, mentally, psychologically to cross the borders. Now we achieved almost to have 20,000 GUC students only, not GUCians, come to Germany to stay in one of the universities. 7,000 alone were in Berlin, and the rest, 12,000 or 13,000 were in all German universities. We as a team worked for 6 years with a hope until the year 2000. It was a hope. As a team, working, hope. And then 2 breakthroughs happened. It was in the early 2000. I found a study of a professor. Really, we miss as he ceased a couple of years, Professor Huber, the vice president of the DAAD. This was a breakthrough for me and for the project. Why? Because he did a study for the Bundestag, for the parliament, and the study had, I think, as far as I remember, 9 recommendations. And the last recommendation is offshore foundation of German universities abroad. And he wrote, almost impossible, because the vehicle and the instruments are not available. But he wrote it. But this gave us a hope. He was very intellectual, and when I saw this study, I met him and we discussed. He was a physicist, and we understood each other very fast. Another breakthrough, I met the federal minister, Mrs. Pullman, at the time, and I asked her, what do you think if we'll establish a German university in Egypt? She said, sure, you read the study and the recommendation of Professor Huber's study. If you can do it, it will be nice and excellent, but it is difficult. Again, another hope, because she didn't say no. And even she said she will support. And even I'm happy that she attends the inauguration. Anyhow, it was a hope. Now the hope. How we can realize a hope? The answer, it is all about the humans and the dedicated people. The fully devoted professors and colleagues at the founding University of Ulm, Stuttgart, Tübingen, Mannheim, and many others, the Ministry of Baden-Württemberg, the DAAD office in Cairo, and the headquarters in Bonn, BMBF, in all times, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the German Embassy, the Egyptian Ministry of Higher Education, and practically the support that we got from Egypt as a whole, represented in the President of Egypt at that time, who inaugurated the university with the federal German chancellor at that time. We had a hope, strong hope, to the degree of belief about what we hoped, and still have and hoping for more to be achieved together, and will achieve. Now, let us focus on our celebration, the DAAD. The DAAD and their support by the BMBF and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the establishment of GUC. DAAD has a very inspiring slogan, which is standing in every poster. Wandel durch Austausch. Change by exchange. I love this slogan. Why? It was also my hope as a young DAAD full scholarship holder to change, to improve, to satisfy my eagerness for science, for other culture. I came to Germany to excel my specialization and to get a PhD. It started by DAAD scholarship. I got my PhD and Doctor of Science and professorship, Alexander von Humboldt Award, Ehren Senator at the University of Ulm, Bundesverdienstkreuz Erste Klasse. This means that the DAAD was my gate to Germany. Although I didn't plan to come to Germany to study for a PhD at all, but thank God it happened. But this is another chapter, not for now, to explain why I didn't plan for it. Now again, let us ask ourselves, why did a person who did not want to study abroad for a PhD, was full of pride of his home university, Cairo University, come to Germany and stay so long? And since 1988, practically, I didn't leave. I'm here. Was it the passion for science, or what else? Yes, indeed, my deep, profound passion for science that I found in Ulm University and in Germany, Humboldt principle combining theory and applications, but also, yes, there was something else. Very important and key factor for the great success that we have today. We are all enjoying and celebrating. What was? The people, the personalities whom I have met in Ulm and Ulm herum. As the DAAD was my gate to Germany, the University of Ulm and its community were my gate to the German society, and later also the gate to other universities. And the founding universities and bodies like University of Stuttgart, which then both expanded to Tübingen and Mannheim to get the support of Baden-Württemberg as states, DAAD, German Embassy, Auswärtiges Amt, BMBF, and many other institutions. Now back again to the DAAD and the slogan, change by exchange, that I love. Now let us see what did actually change as an impact of my exchange to Ulm through the DAAD scholarship supported by the BMBF and Auswärtiges Amt. It is very interesting. The University of Ulm changed. They established in 1992 the first international office, which was not existing when I landed. And we have here the first director who came at the year that I was leaving or I got my PhD. This means change by exchange, even for the institutions. Again, the DAAD established the first TNE program, change by exchange. Baden-Württemberg established a legal frame to allow the master students admission for Infotech in Stuttgart, University of Stuttgart, and also at the University of Ulm for CTech, and then extended to others. Change by exchange. Accreditation agencies in Germany, adoption of offshore German university accreditation. This is change by exchange. Never happened before. German embassy even added the special visa officer to secure the students for exchange programs. Change by exchange. I will not count. But the fact that the GUC as a German transnational education influenced positively and changed positively so many lives and the future of so many persons. Now, student body plus graduates, more than 35 in addition to employee. We can speak about community of almost 40,000 persons of young calibers who joined GUC and left to come to Germany or all over the world to make their PhD or worked. It changed even not only these 40,000, but even their families and the incoming families. And this effect will last for generations and generations. Therefore, we can say the DAAD as one of the pillars of exchange all over the globe that open gates for youth and young academics who have hope for change by exchange deserves the title Gate of Hope. You are, as a DAAD, the Gate of Hope. And we have the honor to present the Gate of Hope to the right place, the DAAD headquarters. We have one in Ulm, and it was planned to have one in Stuttgart, and now this will be here as a symbol for the DAAD to add exchange by exchange, and DAAD is the Gate of Hope. Thank you, DAAD, for being the Gate of Hope for so many million coming. I think 2.5 million scholarship holders through the programs. They wanted to change by exchange. They had a hope, and you fulfilled this hope. Also, my deep gratitude to the representation of all supporting institutions from Egypt and Germany for always believing in success of GUC, namely BMBF, Auswärtiges Amt, German Embassy, Egyptian Embassy, Egyptian Ministries of Higher Education and Foreign Affairs, founding universities, professors, and GUC teams, Egyptian Parliament, Egyptian House of Senate, leaders of media, the society, who are all honoring us today by their valuable and admirable participation today in DAAD Bonn. Finally, I would like sincerely to thank the DAAD and all contributors who made this event possible, you, Dr. Six, and your team. Dear Dr. Six, thank you very much for the hospitality, and be assured that GUC and myself are great supporters to all your activities together with BMBF and Culture Department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to get the proper funds that you deserve, to give hopes and to be gate for a couple of millions in the next coming days. Deep believe in the DAAD as a gate of hope. Now I'm kindly asking Herr Ebeling, Herr Ressel, Herr Fritsch, Herr Weber to come to hand this together to DAAD and the supporting institution BMBF and Auswärtiges Amt. Thank you very much.